Poor Eddie. John, you're late to your own father's funeral.
I overslept.
Oh, it's going to be all right, honey. It's going to be all right.
Schmedley? Hi, I'm Fred. I worked with Eddie down at the plant. Oh, the guys down there, Miss Schmedley, they're mortified, you know? They're just mortified. When I read about it in the paper this morning, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. But Miss Medley, the paper didn't say how Eddie went, Miss Medley. How did Eddie go?
He got his head stuck in a gallon can of pork and beans.
It looks good, it looks good.
Oh, Ann! Oh, Jeannie! Oh, honey, I flew from Encino just the minute I heard. Oh, thank you, sweet. It was such a shock. Everyone at home was just so shocked. Nobody knew how he went. How did he go, Ann? He got his head stuck in a gallon can of pork and beans.
John, come here. Oh, Mother, these are my friends, Vito and Augie Bottom.
How do you do? Thank you for coming.
Hi, Mrs. Schmedley. John told us what happened to your husband. But seriously, Miss Schmedley, it's a real crime. Someone ought to do something about that. Yeah, like the Pure Food and Drug Administration. You know, making a can of beans the size of a man's head. They should put a warning on the label.
That's it, I'm out of here, I'm gone.
John, stay here with your mother and father.
What kind of father was that, huh?
John, your father loved you.
He loved me. Why did he go and do a thing like that to me, huh? What kind of legacy is that to leave a son? I'm gonna have a bean can hanging over my head the rest of my life. You know how I found out about it? You know how I found out? I was in school. They announced it over the PA. Please be seated. I think the memory of Eddie's death will be with us forever.
You know, it's funny, but I'm all right if I just don't think about it. But sometimes I just can't help but remember that night. We were sitting in the living room watching television, and Eddie said to me, "You relax, dear, I'll fix dinner." And then he said his last words, "I think there's some beans. Oh, look." I heard strange noises coming from the kitchen, and when I went to see what it was, there was Eddie with a bean can on his head, banging his head against the refrigerator. I tried to get him over to the open.